Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're having a great day. New patch notes out for the test server, and most likely these will go into the live build. So let's just go straight into it and start talking about this. So the first note here is that Bach is going to be getting a buff and a nerf. So first off, Bach is going to be losing his frag grenades, and it's going to be replaced with a claymore. Frag grenades have always been a staple with Bach. It's been a very big thing with him, and that's one of the reasons many people pick him. So this is definitely a nerf when it comes to Bach. But his skeleton key, which is his secondary shotgun, his like flip side ability shotgun, he's going to be getting more ammo and greater capacity per mag. So instead of 4 per mag, he's going to be getting 5, and now his ammo count is 25 instead of 24. So that's helpful. It's always better to get a buff with a shotgun, but once again he is losing the grenade, so let me know if you think that is a buff or a nerf in general. Next we have Kuvira. Added Razor holographic sight option to her M12. The M12 is her SMG, and the Razor holographic sight, I believe that is the one that Mazi has on the Roni, Frostno has it on her SMG, and it's on the FMG11, I believe it's called, which is Nook and Smoke shotgun, not shotgun, sorry, SMG. So that is the Razor holographic sight. I'm pretty sure that's the Razor holographic sight. Maybe the Razor holographic sight's the default one, because they have 2 holographic sights now, so I kind of get mixed up between them. But yeah, Kavi's going to be getting a holographic on her SMG, which is great because I much prefer having holographics and reflex sights, and you'll never see me using red dot. So yeah, this just gives me more incentive to pick that SMG, which is what they're going for, and it's a great idea, and that's a good buff. It's possibly going to be the most controversial in the community. It makes sense, I understand why they did it, and I'm pretty sure it's a good idea that they've done it, but knowing how much this community loves Jaeger, this is going to go down pretty bad, I think. Jaeger is now a 2 speed and a 2 armor. Like it says, Jaeger is a very strong roamer, and multiple data points demonstrate his huge presence in game. Due to his presence a bit less oppressive in game, we're looking to moderate that by reducing his roaming potential. Do I think this will turn down the Jaeger pick rate? No, never. The reason why people pick Jaeger is partially because of his gun and his 3-speed capability. The main reason people pick Jaeger is for the ADS. Granted, the speed and the gun like made that more of an incentive over Wamai, but do I think making him a 2-speed is gonna lower his pick rate? Not necessarily, no, but it will lower his effectiveness, which is what they're going for, and it does make sense because if the ADSs are that required that he's going to be picked in like 90% of matches, he does need to be nerfed because he is winning most of his gunfights as well. So they've nerfed the gun in the recent patches. They've now nerfing his speed. Something they should never nerf is his ADS. The ADS, if anything, needs a buff, but the only buff that I would give to an ADS is the deployment speed. It takes extremely long for Jaeger to reinforce 2 walls, place 2 barbed wire, and place 3 ADSs in a prep phase. So they should definitely keep this change, Jaeger going to a 2-speed, but they should also make the deployment speed for ADSs faster, in my opinion. Moving on, Mazi is getting a nerf. They are removing his secondary shotgun, which is a super shorty. Now, in a few videos, like the last video, I was just telling you guys how Castle now has the super shorty, and I compared him to Mazi. Well, Mazi's no longer going to have the super shorty. He's, as it says here, he's currently a powerful intelligence counter and is a great roamer at the same breath. Altogether, this gives him very high game presence as a single operator and looking to tone down just how much he brings to the team. Yeah, I can see where this is coming from. Once again, you don't want to nerf the pest, and Mazi's at an alright speed right now, so I understand taking away his secondary shotgun. I understand the thought process there. I would like to see how this is going to affect. Hopefully this causes people to pick Castle more as well. My last video I was literally telling people that why you should pick Castle more, and this is once again going to be another incentive now that Mazi no longer has a super shorty, which is extremely good for making rotations and just a weapon in general. So Mazi is losing his super shorty shotgun. Next on this list, Ying. Ying is going to be getting a buff, increased number of candelas to 4 up from 3, so now she has 4 candelas. That's extremely strong, plus the nades that she just got in the recent season release. That is That's a lot of utility that Ying has, but people still aren't playing her. Replace Claymore with smoke grenades. They're setting Ying up to be one of the best attackers now. Granted that she doesn't have the best weapons, but if I'm not wrong, Ying has grenades. She now has smoke grenades, and she now has an extra candela. So if you bring those smoke grenades and you've got your 4 candelas, you can get a plant down. There's a lot of defender utility that would be needed to prevent that. If you Ying off site, you smoke it off, and you have teammates watching rotation, Ying is going to be set up to be an extremely good attacker. But as I say, her presence is still lower than expected. After improving her candelas, we'll have to give her kit more juice. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe she doesn't have nades. I don't know why I think that. I'm pretty sure she has nades, but I've not even played her since the update, so maybe she doesn't have nades. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Moving on, the TCSG 12 shotgun that Cade and Goyle have added additional magazine, so it's got a greater mag size, or more magazine, sorry. And they've reduced the damage from 84 to 55. Now this makes a lot of sense. The gun is an absolute insane weapon. It's more of a DMR than a shotgun, and especially in Pro League on PC, it's an insane weapon. So this damage nerf makes a lot of sense. 84 damage was extremely a lot, especially considering it has an ACOG. So this does make sense. And for operators, that's kind of it. I'll put this on screen right now. This is the bug fixes. I'm not really going to talk about this, but just so you guys are aware, here are all the bug fixes. But yeah, that practically just wraps it up. So big things to take from this: Jaeger's getting a massive speed nerf, Buck's losing his nades, Mazi's losing his shotgun, Ying's getting a buff, getting more candelas, she's getting smoke grenades, TCSG's getting a nerf, damage nerf, and Kuvira is getting a holographic sight on her SMG. So yeah, it's going to wrap up this patch notes video. Granted, these are test server patch notes, but high possibility that these will make it to the live build. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's going to end this video here. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.